Legal battles loom over whether the Attorney General Peter Nyombi should represent the Speaker of Parliament Speaker Kadaga in the two ongoing constitutional petitions. The petitions filed by Kivuku County MP Saleh Kamba and the National Resistance Movement are challenging Speaker Kadaga's decision to keep the 4 NRM expelled MPs in Parliament. On Monday, Speaker Rebecca Kadaga said she did not want the Attorney General to represent her.
I want freedom from the Attorney General. I want freedom from the Attorney General. We have a competent firm. They are well educated. They are licensed by the Uganda Law Society and the High Court. We can present ourselves. So I don't expect him to represent me or the institution of Parliament.
But the Attorney General shot back, describing Kadaga's position as unconstitutional.
And I'm not certain that the Speaker of Parliament is clothed with the authority, with the powers to declare that Parliament cannot be represented by the Attorney General. I don't find any provision along those lines in the Constitution or the rules of procedure.
However, Kadaga insists that there is an alternative to the institution's representation in court.
We have our chamber here. They are licensed to practice. But when they went to court, the Attorney General objected in court to their representing us. They had gone there with their pressing certificates. We have a legal firm here. But he objected. He said, I'm the one to represent them. They should not represent themselves. If that is justice, you also should tell me whether that is justice.
By the way, before the above-mentioned lawyers may consider to represent the Speaker, as she puts it in this newspaper, I would advise them to study the Severino case and the Government Proceedings Act as to whether they can just go and represent government.
This legal gymnastics stems from last year when the Attorney General declared his position on the Severino Twinobusinje suit. Severino had challenged the parliamentary resolution that Ministers Amama Mbabazi, Sam Kutesa and Hilary Onek should step aside to allow for investigations into allegations that they took bribes from oil companies.
As you recall, the Attorney General, instead of taking our instructions, turned hostile. He went to court and agreed with the other side. So there was no hearing because he conceded to the grounds of the other person. He did not represent us.
This has been alleged that I abandoned the Parliament. I didn't perform For me, justice is not about winning a case. Justice is about being fair, being honest, being straightforward. I must admit where government has gone wrong. Look, government has gone wrong there. It's not about winning. If Parliament has taken a certain line and I disagree with it, it is my duty to advise Parliament.
Speaker Kadaga refused to respond to a letter which was issued by Nyombi, advising her to reverse her decision over the 4 rebel MPs.
If the matter is in court, what should I be expected to take other actions on the same issue? If the Attorney General has gone to court, he should remain in court. So I have no intention of answering his letter.
This, according to Nyombi, has left the institution of the Attorney General with few options. The Attorney General has already declared his position on the Saleh Kamba petition.
Kamba, we did file. Yeah. But for the NRM party, I was notified this morning that they had served us yesterday. I was not around yesterday. But we were served yesterday. And if say by tomorrow I will not have received a response from the Speaker, I continue with my opinion.
Now, since the Attorney General Peter Nyombi has finished filing a response to the Saleh Kamba petition, what next is that there will be a meeting between the 3 parties before the long-awaited legal showdown can begin for the judges to decide whether the Speaker of Parliament erred in keeping the 4 rebel MPs in the House. Solomon Serwanja, NTV.